This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we come to you from Canyon Ridge High School tonight here in Twin Falls as the Preston Indians hit the road for their first real road game of the year and come here to take on the Riverhawks. It's a partly cloudy night, fairly warm still, but very comfortable. Shirt sleeve crowd. It's a homecoming crowd here at Canyon Ridge tonight as well as the Indians come here. The Indians wearing their blue pants, white jerseys, and of course the white helmets. And for the Riverhawks, it's what they're calling a blackout night. They're wearing black jerseys with dark numerals, very difficult to see, and black pants tonight as well as they get ready for tonight's game. Last week, of course, the Indians knocking off the Jerome Tigers at home, winning by the score of 24-14. It was their first win of the year as they were able to really take care of the ball well. Ty Hyde threw for 182 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Andrew Iverson carried the ball 22 times for 134 yards and a touchdown. And Isaiah Smith, the leading receiver in the game for Preston, with 6 catches, 76 yards, and he picked up a touchdown in the game as well. Want to apologize right off the top. We're unable to bring you video tonight as Canyon Ridge has their own video streaming system, so we're unable to bring you video here from the game tonight. So it'll be just like an old-time radio broadcast that we'll have for you this evening. John Slaughter will be joining me here in just a little bit as well, and we'll talk to Coach Eric Thorson coming up in a few minutes also. So for Preston, as they come into the game here tonight, they have really been led by Ty Hyde, who of course had the big game in against Logan to open up the season. Ty's thrown for 56% of his, has completed 56% of his passes so far this year for almost 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's averaged about 15 and a half yards a completion so far this year. In that big game that he had against Logan, like we talked about last week, he threw for over 400 yards. He has had his troubles trying to run the ball and stay out of the defense's way. He's been sacked a number of times. In fact, officially for the year, Ty's been credited with 17 carries for a negative 62 yards. But that's okay because it's been Andrew Iverson who's done the yeoman's work on the ground. 41 carries for over 220 yards and scored his first touchdown of the year in the game last week. So it's the Indians and the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk to you a little bit more about the Riverhawks. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on you're listening to Preston Indians football.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Hi, this is Nate Romrell. I am the sales manager here at West Motor Ford. Most of our vehicles, including every single new car, comes with a free lifetime powertrain warranty and 4 free oil changes. That includes your diesel pickup trucks. We have a price match guarantee that we will never be beat on a price on any new and most used vehicles. Come on down and see us here at West Motor Ford. Our address is 801 North State Street in Preston, Idaho.
West Motor Company.com.
Football season is back. Let's go! Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
Aggie football returns a week from Saturday as they hit the road to face San Diego State. Pregame is at 7:30 and the kickoff is at 8:30.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Girard, and this is your home for Utah State Athletics. 105.5 FM and AM 1340, KACH, Preston.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The Job Stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show from Canyon Ridge High School as the Preston Indians get ready to take on the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks. For Canyon Ridge, they come into the game so far this year. They've had a bit of a tough start. They're 0-2 so far on the year. And in fact, they've only scored a low in all of Class 4A in the state, a division low, 6 points combined in both of their games so far. They were shut out 57-0 by Valley View in week 1, and they managed only 6 points last week in losing to Bonneville 22-6. Last year, the Riverhawks won only one game out of 9 contests that they've had, and have rolled up 3 straight losing seasons and 8 in the last 10 seasons overall. Last year, the game was played over at Preston against the Indians, and Preston was able to beat them last year as well, one of those 9 losses that were pinned on them, as Preston beat Canyon Ridge last year at home by a score of 38-24. With the change in the scheduling system that came before last year, I can only find that one game that was played last year between these two teams, that in which Preston won. We can tell you also that by collecting their first win of the year last week, the Preston Indians were able to snap a 3-game losing streak that was stretched back to last year. Including in that streak was the final regular season game at home against Snake River, and then the opening round of the state tournament that they lost at Bishop Kelly. Then, of course, they lost the first game of the year this year against Logan. And during that time, they had averaged allowing 23.6 points per game. So, but for Preston, they're able to pick up a win and snap that losing streak. Here on the road, however, it has not been an easy place for the Indians to play. Preston has will play 5 road games this year, and currently they are 0-1. If you count the neutral site game against Logan that was played at Maverick Stadium, over the past 10 years, the Indians have finished with a winning record on the road not in any season. In fact, they're 13-33 overall in road games played over the last 10 years. Over the past 10 seasons, the most wins the Indians have had on the road in any one year was just 2. However, 3 times they've gone winless on the road in a season. That happened in 2013, 2015, and 2017. So hopefully they can right that here tonight as they'll pick up a win as they go head-to-head against the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks here tonight. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Eric Thorson. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU. If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to Canyon Ridge as the Preston Indians come to Twin Falls, take on Canyon Ridge Riverhawks here tonight. We'll spend a couple minutes before the game with Coach Eric Thorson. It's nice to say you're coming off a win last week as you get ready to play tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. That gets the spirits up, and kids are moving forward with excitement.
Makes for a better week of practice too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And you hope it's an effective excitement. You hope that they will use it to help them dig in and get better.
Last week Andrew Iverson had a great game. Rushed for over 100 yards, scored a touchdown.
Yeah, he's obviously a real reliable running back and a leader of our team, and you'll see more of that.
Let's move forward and talk about tonight here as the Indians come out on the field as you take on this Riverhawks team who have not had an easy time of it so far this year.
Yeah, they're 0-2, but you never know when they want that to change, obviously. So we want to do our part to ensure they don't change it. But we're looking for a very spirited team trying to get their feet on the ground. So we've got to be ready.
Especially with a homecoming crowd here tonight.
Yes, of course. That's going to help them. That's always, something about 17-year-olds and homecoming. It seems to make a difference.
Yeah. And certainly the folks in the stands will be on their side as well. We'll wish you the best of luck here tonight and let you get back to work.
Hey, thank you, Dan.
That's Coach Eric Thorson on the pregame show. We'll take a timeout. Back with more right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day, and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
Hey, I'm Angie Weeks. I am the office manager here at West Motor Ford. We are excited to have lots of new inventory on the lot. We're excited to invite everybody to come in and check out our lifetime powertrain warranty. It comes with every vehicle we sell that's under a certain number of miles, and it is a fantastic deal. My son actually just bought a car and was able to get that with his vehicle, and it's been a lifesaver for us. This is Angie with West Motor Ford in Preston, Idaho. Come in and see us today.
WestMotorCompany.com.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash. when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
KACH. KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show from Canyon Ridge High School tonight. Preston and Canyon Ridge coming up in just a few minutes as it's homecoming here tonight and getting ready to bring the two teams out onto the field here in just a couple of minutes. Hope you were with us last night. A very exciting volleyball match that we were covering at Century High School last night that the Preston Indians were able to beat a very, very difficult opponent in the Century Diamondbacks as they took them to 5 sets, and Preston able to win the 5th set by a score of 15-13 to win the match last night at Century. And just a very, very well-played match again for the ladies against the Lady Diamondbacks last night. So I hope you had a chance to join us for that volleyball match last night. Coming up, other games tonight around the Great Basin area, Great Basin 10 Conference. It will be the Twin Falls that will be at Highland tonight. Minico is at Burley. Mountain Home takes on Nampa. Jerome is at Wood River, and then Pocatello will be at Century. By the way, Century will be at Preston Stadium next week, 1 week from tonight, to take on the Preston Indians. As far as Division 11 down in Utah games go for tonight, Bear River is at Ridgeline. Logan will be at Mountain Crest, and Green Canyon is at Skyview. Take another time out. Back with more on the pregame show coming up right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at MyLocalRadio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is Preston High School football. The Indians hit the gridiron looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston football is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of the descriptions or account of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited.
Welcome here to the Ridge, they call it, as Preston comes here to Canyon Ridge to take on the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks. Preston comes in 1-1. The Riverhawks are 0-2 so far on the year, as John Slaughter has made it here to Twin Falls. Glad to have you with us here, my friend.
Yeah, sorry about being late, but
that's all right.
We got a late start. Yeah, good to be here. It looks like a great night, no problem. It's a beautiful field, beautiful facility they have here. So, yeah, it's nice.
It's ought to be a good game. Hopefully, things will go the way of the Indians tonight. Preston played really well last week against Jerome in picking up their first win of the year. Unfortunately for Canyon Ridge, they're 0-2 so far this year, and they've scored the fewest number of points of any 4A school in the state.
Yeah, that's kind of a hard thing to build on. You know, you have to look up. You know, so it's going to be tough for Canyon Ridge tonight, I think. But also, Preston can't overlook anybody. We're not that skilled that we cannot overlook anyone.
Right, you can't look forward to next week. You can't, you think about, if you catch a team looking forward to next week, you call it a trap game. This would be an even worse trap game for Preston, because next week you get Century, who beat you last year 57-0 or 54-0.
Exactly, and I hope the kids will be ready for that game. I don't like to look ahead either, but that's one that they really want to capitalize on, and Century's not doing too bad this year either.
No, they're not. Although they're not putting up the points like they did last year so far through the first 2 weeks of the season. Captains coming out onto the field. Captains for Preston tonight is Andrew Iverson, Ty Hyde, Garrett Ward, and number 52, Connor Schaefer, a captain tonight as well for the Preston Indians. One thing about Preston so far this year, they're 2-0 as far as coin flips are concerned, as they've won the coin flips both games so far.
And they've elected to receive both times. That's what's interesting for me.
Yeah,
instead of deferring.
that's different for Eric Thorson, isn't it? That's usually you can just about make book on him that he was going to defer to the second half by what he did last year. But so far this year, he has opted to take the ball, and he's putting a lot more trust in his offense this year than he did last. So our officials tonight going through the pregame information with the two teams. Here's the coin flip, as you'll flip it again.
Yeah, it fell to the ground.
And looks like he's talking to Andrew Iverson, and Preston wins the toss, and this time they will defer.
They will defer. Maybe they lost their last two. I was thinking they might have won them, but I thought they signaled them wins last week. So I don't know.
So Preston will defer to the second half, which means they'll kick off, and they're going to pick the end they want. As this on our old-fashioned radio broadcast tonight, Preston will be going from left to right here in the first quarter tonight, which means that, not really much of a wind. In fact, what wind we have right now is more of a crosswind from the far side of the field back to this side, so I'm not sure what that's going to mean for the fourth quarter or not.
Well, and the good thing is Preston's going to have the clock in the second quarter, looking at the clock, and they're hoping the other team will probably take the clock in the second half, for the fourth quarter. So we need to take advantage of the clock while we can.
So we welcome you here. We also welcome a new sponsor with us here to the games tonight. We'd like to welcome Poppin' Pins to the broadcast tonight, and of course the great catering inside at the Island Bowl Grill. Not only great hamburgers and hot dogs, but the best Hawaiian food in the area.
Is that right? I had some when I retired. They catered my retirement party thing, and it was good. It was very, very good. We were quite impressed.
Back deep for the Riverhawks is River Osen. He'll be over on the far side of the field, and it'll be Bam Kondraki here on the near side, as it'll be Isaiah Smith set to kick off. Isaiah, who's averaged right at about 56 yards a kickoff so far this year. He'll get ready to put it into play. Waiting for our officials, the whistle. There's the whistle, and we're ready to go here on this Friday night from here in Twin Falls, as he'll kick it off. And it comes to Kondraki at about the 15-yard line. 20, looking for some place to run, gets up to the 25. He's grabbed from behind and ridden out of bounds by Gordon Knapp at the 30-yard line. So that's 1st and 10 right there for the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks, who come in 0-2 so far on the year.
He had a really good block coming up the field. That's why he gained 15 yards. He took a step back, but had a great blocking downfield. So 15-yard return.
Brody Osen will be at quarterback. Lone setback is Wyatt Summers. And it's my understanding that he gets about 80% of the carries in the game. Man in motion coming back here to the near side. That's Kondraki. They throw underneath. That goes to River Osen. Gets up to about the 32, and he's dropped there.
Yeah, good coverage by Zay Davis. So with good coverage tackle on Zay.
So call it a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 it'll be. Again, they'll line up single setback, couple of wings, and 2 wide receivers for the Riverhawks. Man in motion again, coming back here to the near side. They'll toss it this time as this comes to, I believe that's Kondraki who got it. It was Kondraki. He gets across the penalty flag coming down late.
Yeah, it's going to be on Preston, unsportsmanlike. Something was said, you could tell by the way the official flew the flag, but unsportsmanlike. So with a 4-yard gain, that'll nullify the run, but it'll be a 1st down.
So it's about a 4-yard run for Bam Kondraki. Got it up to the 36-yard line. But they call it at the end of the play, and they will. It'll be a 15-yard walk-off from there. So 15 yards against Preston. And they'll move the ball all the way up just across the midfield stripe into Preston's side of the field. And the 1st down here for Canyon Ridge.
Not a good start for Preston. That's something we don't need.
So 1st and 10. Setback is Summers behind the quarterback. Low snap. He wants to roll right. Looking right. Still looking. Tie high. He's kind of knocked off. Was right behind him, and he throws it away.
Yeah, Gordon Knapp was right on his heels. And he hit him right as he threw the ball. I think he threw it out of bounds on purpose, ran out of the pocket and threw it out of bounds because he had no receiver open. Good coverage by the Indians.
So it's 2nd and 10 here in the early going of the 1st quarter on this Friday night. As they break the huddle and come back up to the line. This time they'll again line up in that same kind of a wing formation with two guys in the slot, 2 wide receivers, and a single setback. Man in motion again coming back this side. They'll toss it again back to Kondraki. He's coming left. He's met just as he gets past the line of scrimmage and brought down.
Zay Davis took him out of bounds, brought him down after about a 3-yard gain. Nice hit, but also the sportsmanship by Zay Davis. He picks up the player after he knocks him out of bounds. So good job. Good job, Indians.
So 3rd down coming up, 3rd and long. About 3rd and 7, and bring up what should be a real passing situation here this time again for Brady Osen. Last time, he's had a little 2-yard completion and then that one that he threw away out of bounds. Single set back, next to him is Summers.
No motion this time.
Throw underneath, got a man open. He's got to fight for the first down. Well, it's going to be close. If he loses the ball, ball's on the ground. Let's see if they're going to call him down. No, they call it a fumble. Preston's got the ball just on right about the 40-yard line.
Zay Davis comes on top of it. I believe it was Zay. So great job by the Indians to cause the turnover. And we'll get the ball back on the 39-yard line of Preston.
They had right about first down yardage, but then the ball came out. So give Preston the ball at their own 39, and they'll take the ball here for the first time. Last week, Ty Hyde, 23 of 39. Check that, that was first week. Last week he was 14 of 26 for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here comes Kondracki. Well, you timed that well.
Nice step, get a good block there.
Iverson steps out of one tackle, gets across the 50 up to the 49, picks up 12 and a first down.
Yeah, great block by Garrett Ward that time, as Garrett opened up the corner and let him get up, turn up field for 10 yards.
They'll go out of the shotgun, twin receivers to either side. As that time, if Kondracki wasn't offsides the first play, they jumped that time. So that'll move the ball 5 yards. And it remains first down. 1st and 5 coming up here for the Indians. First penalty of the night, charged against the Riverhawks. Iverson will switch sides this time as he stands on Ty's left shoulder. They're going to run left, and Ty runs right into one of the big defensive linemen. As that coming up to make the tackle was Louis Crestro.
Louis Crestro, he came in untouched. I don't know if there was a slip block where he moved, where their defensive tackle pulled out to the outside, knowing it was supposed to go to the outside. And he came through on Louis Crestro come through untouched.
We talked about Ty running the ball so far this year, including that 6-yard loss. He's now a negative 68 yards rushing on the year. Turns, looks the wrong way, then tries to go to Iverson, and Iverson is about cut in half. But he hangs on to the ball, but it's going to be a net loss of a couple of more yards.
Yeah, the ball was a little bit overthrown. Iverson had to go up for it and bring it down, and just as he hit his feet hit the ground, he got a belly full of I believe it's number 8 again, Gusto.
That play was doomed from the start. Either Iverson went the wrong way or Ty looked the wrong way, right off the snap.
That just goes to show you how tough Iverson is. He's up and ready to go again.
Oh, yeah, he hops right up. 3rd down and 12 here for the Indians. Ty spins out after faking the handoff. He'll throw as the pass was intended for Cole Harris, and they were right all over Harris. That pass is knocked down. It's incomplete.
Carson Sansbury was the defender on that, reached in and knocked the ball away from what could have been a good catch and run. But unfortunately, it's 4th down, so the Indians will have to punt.
That'll bring up a punting situation. Isaiah Smith on to punt. He's punted 5 times this year and averaged 34 yards a kick so far on the season. They stand and wait for it about their own 20. Nice kick. As letting the ball go is River Osen, and it'll roll out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Riverhawks will put it into play for the 2nd time tonight.
That's one of those dangerous kicks where it's almost a straight spiral up and down, and when it comes down, usually you get a good roll for the kicking team,
right.
But that one hit and come back to Gordon Knapp, and Gordon Knapp downed it right there immediately. Still good kick by the Indians.
So 1st and 10 for Riverhawks as they start in their deepest situation so far out of their 2 possessions thus far on the night. Man comes in motion. They'll hand it off inside this time, as that'll be Kondracki as he gets just up to the 20-yard line, so call it a gain of 5.
Ty Hyde had the runner by the ankles right at the end, right at the first of his, as he got the ball, but he slipped out of it and gained about 4 yards.
Brody Olson goes back over to the bench to get a play. Now comes jogging back onto the field. Again, they'll line up with single receivers to each side, men in the slot on the wings on each side, and a single running back. Out of the shotgun, snap goes to Olson. That ball's tipped on the way in. Garrett Ward got a hand up there and knocked that ball down.
Is that Garrett? Yeah, no, I don't think that
was 10.
Was it 10? Yeah. Garrett Ward up there just knocked it down, put a little opposite spin on it, and went right to the ground.
So 3rd and 5 at the 20 here for the Riverhawks.
Big play for the Indians here to make a stop.
Kondraki goes in motion. They hand it off up in the middle and just short of the first down yardage.
He's close. He's really close.
As the official coming in from the near side is going to mark him just short, I think. As they will certainly check it out and see. Kondraki gains 5 on the play. Nope, it's going to be 4th down.
4th down, they're going to go for it in their own territory. Interesting. And he did not make it.
And he is short. They're going to turn the ball over on downs. Both of the side officials, the line judges, are spotting the ball short of the 25-yard line, and that is going to be short, and that should be a 1st down for the Indians, and it is.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's only about 4 inches short because the nose of the ball is right on the line, but the line to gain was about 3 inches over the line, so that was close.
So they fail on the 4th down attempt. Big break for the Indians as they get it in Riverhawk territory. 1st and 10 at the Canyon Ridge 25.
Our line has to do a little better job than in that last series. They got to tie Hyde quite early, quite quick.
2 setbacks. They give it to Iverson off the left side, gets to the 20, 15, cuts back, gets up to the 11-yard line.
Nice run and cutback by Iverson as he went over that and got a good block by the outside by Gordon Knapp. That came in and made a great block for him to get to the inside, cut back in.
That's a 14-yard gain and a 1st down as the ball's down to the 12.
Still have room for a 1st down.
Again, Iverson off the left side, running right over the tackle. Gets up near the 10-yard line, then finally pushed back.
Yeah, they're giving forward progress just over the 10-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. As Preston into the red zone for the first time tonight. 2nd and 8 from the 10. They can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown here. Iverson the lone setback, 2 receivers to each side as far as the offensive set. Dunn comes in motion, high snap, picked up by Hyde, who then tries to give it to an offensive tackle and thinks better of it and is brought down back at the 15.
Yeah, he kind of bobbled the ball up a little bit, had to bring it back down, but by then, there were nothing but black jerseys around him. Riverhawks covered that one pretty good. But
we're inside 6 minutes to play here in the 1st quarter.
As we mentioned last week, snaps are very important. That center plays a very important role in getting that ball to the quarterback.
Preston goes with their version of the double wing offense here as Ty will back off from behind center and look over the coach's staff over on the sideline. Now settle back in again as they didn't get it off in time. That's going to be a delay call. That's going to move the ball back 5 more yards.
They're not quite gelling tonight like they did last week. There's a couple little inconsistencies that they're not aware of.
Iverson comes out on, Thorson comes out onto the field. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here. Nope, he's just going to yell something at Ty and then walk back toward the sidelines. So it'll be 3rd down. They're calling it 12, but by the sticks is a lot more than that. It's more like about 18.
Yeah.
Ty wants to roll left, looking left, throws back across his body, and it's intercepted at the 2-yard line. As he goes down there.
There again, Ty went to throw a cross body. He's rolling to his right, has to turn. He's rolling facing the opposite direction, has to turn back and throw, and cannot get the velocity on the ball. You've you've got to be able to set that back foot to get the velocity.
So for Ty, the interception is his 5th of the year already.
And that's going to happen on well, he's not inexperienced, but a younger quarterback.
So 1st and 10 inside their own 5 as they'll give it inside, now bouncing it outside as getting up to the 5-yard line. I believe that was Kondraki.
Yeah, but Zay Davis was the first one to hit him and grab him, but he got help from his team to help bring him down. But he gained about 3 yards.
So 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 coming up. Kondraki's carried the ball 5 times already tonight for a total of 20 yards. A little confusion on who wants to line up where in the backfield here for the Riverhawks as they now settle in. Man comes in motion back here to the near side. Straight ahead handoff again. Kondraki will bounce it outside. Gets across the 5 up to about the 7.
A gain of about 2.
3rd down and long. 3rd down and medium, we'll call it. 3rd down and about 4. So another big situation here for the Indians to try to get off the field.
Looks like they're playing a match-up defense. The Indians are. You see them moving according to where their men line up. So
out of the shotgun, give it back to Kondraki again. He is going to be well short of the 1st down. And that brings up another punting situation here. They dodged the bullet the first time with the interception and don't think they're going to roll the dice this time and try to go for it on 4th down again.
The only thing I can think of is I don't think they would throw a fake, but it's possible. This is when you know the defense isn't anticipating the fake.
So River Olsen will drop back and punt.
Scotty Dunn back to receive.
Standing about his own 45, end over end. This is going to take a big bounce, a couple of big bounces. Scotty has it at his own 48. Now he's going to crease up the sideline. Can hit there, knocked out of bounds. Coming up to make the first contact with him is a number that we don't have, 33. But Scott knocked out of bounds. Preston will start again on the Riverhawks side of the field.
Good thing about the Preston offense is their offenses have started in good field position so far tonight. And we've kept the Riverhawks back on our side, their side of the field.
We're scoreless, 3:14 to play here in the 1st quarter. Iverson running back, 2 receivers to either side, again for the Indians. Ty will work out of the shotgun. Little inside handoff goes to Ward, gets across the 40. Somebody grabbed him by the ankle, so he falls forward and gets to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah. He had a good thing, but if he hadn't been tackled by his shoestrings, he probably would have got a few more yards.
Call it 2 for Garrett. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Everybody looking over to the sidelines. The coaching staff, the 2 assistant coaches, have a new outfit this year, or for tonight. They just got them. I'll tell you about it here after this play.
Oh, that'll be good.
Double setbacks this time. Ty's got it. He's going to pitch it out wide to Iverson. Bad pitch. It's loose. A lot of black jerseys around, and did they get it?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that was kind of. Ty had to pitch it out, but he had a man right over, but he had to throw it over the top of the defender, and it was just in front of Iverson. So he wasn't able to haul it in, but it was a backward pass, so that made it not a legal forward pass. So a live ball situation.
So Riverhawks have it at their own 40, 1st and 10 from there. Bad snap, goes shooting past the quarterback, and he's got to run back and cover it up all the way back at the 25. That's going to be a loss of 15.
Yeah, and that'll also be, they'll lose the down situation there, so it'll be 2nd and. That should be 3rd, shouldn't it?
No, 2nd down.
2nd down.
They need to get almost all the way to the midfield stripe. They mark the ball at the 27. So 2nd down and 23 coming up.
Neither team showing a lot of
Olsen gets the snap this time, throws across the middle. It's complete up to about the 32.
About a 5-yard gain.
As Kondraki, the receiver. Iverson quickly up to make the stop. Third down. They're down at about 18, 19 or so. Another sure passing situation here. As Preston's going to defensively, they're going to crowd the box. They're not respecting the pass of the Riverhawks at all. As shooting through the gap is Harris, and he gets the quarterback Olsen by the shoelaces and drags him down all the way back to the 23.
He threw a stun in there. He was lined up behind, started stepping back, and as soon as the ball was snapped, he hit the gap and went straight through to the quarterback. Nice job by Harris, Cole Harris.
Loss of 9 inside a minute to play here in the first quarter. Brody Olsen in punt formation. A flag comes in. I believe this is going to be illegal participation as they had 12 guys on the field when they broke the huddle. As the two coaches on the sideline standing with their hands out. The international sign for what the heck? The official comes over to say something to him. He, rather incredulous, walks away.
I think they'll decline this one.
Go ahead and push him back.
Maybe that's not automatic.
It was before the snap, so probably didn't have a choice.
Right.
So still fourth down and forever. Punting situation with Scott waiting back at his own 45-yard line again. This is another end-over-end punt. Hits at about the 45, and it's going to roll past Scotty. Keep rolling all the way to the 35.
Yeah, nice punt, even though it wasn't very high. It went a long ways on the roll. I'll bet it rolled 25 yards just on the roll.
Preston gets the ball back at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. So far, Andrew Iverson with 3 official carries for 28 yards. Ty is 1 for 2 trying to throw the ball so far tonight. They'll line up with 3 receivers left. Single receiver right is done. Handed off inside Iverson.
No, Ward.
Oh, is that Ward? No, it's Iverson.
No, Iverson.
Iverson gets up to the 40. That'll be a gain of 4 and likely the last play of the first quarter.
That was a fast quarter.
Well, when nobody scores any points, the clock just keeps on ticking. 6 seconds to play. Not going to even attempt to run another play here in the quarter as the Indians head over to the bench. We're done with 1 so far here tonight, and we're scoreless as we head to the second quarter.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
Football season is back. Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
Aggie football returns a week from Saturday as they hit the road to face San Diego State. Pregame is at 7:30 and the kickoff is at 8:30.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Girard, and this is your home for Utah State Athletics. 105.5 FM and AM 1340, KACH, Preston.
Well, just like you said, John, a very fast-moving first quarter as Preston's all of their offense so far has come on the ground. Ty is 1 for 2 for -2 yards passing in the first quarter. Iverson with that last carry just at the end of the quarter now has 4 carries for 32 yards in the first.
We had very few passes. I don't even think Canyon Ridge threw very many.
They threw 4. And he's 2 for 4 for a total of 9 yards. So really, honestly, not a lot of offense in the first quarter. Preston lines up with 3 receivers left again. Ty wants to throw. He's going to go deep for Dunn. Dunn's ahead of his man, and it's knocked away at the last minute.
What a defensive play, though. You know, I don't have his number either, number 11. Or is that 31? I can't tell.
No, it's 11. He wasn't on the roster.
Yeah, but what a defensive! Right at the last minute, come up, knocked the ball away. Dunn had it right there. It would have been, and it would have been a 6. It would have been 6. Great defensive play there by the Riverhawks.
We talked about the new outfits for the offensive coordinators on the field. They went out and they bought yellow vests like the guys working on the highways would wear. That way they can find them easier on the sidelines. Ty's going to roll right. Pump fake is knocked down. That'll be a loss of 2 more.
Going the wrong way, Indians. Going to turn this around just a little bit.
That'll be officially a sack by Kondraki. And a loss of 2, 4th down and 8 coming up here for Preston. Here comes Isaiah Smith, so it's going to bring on a punting situation for the Indians here early on in quarter number 2. Isaiah stands back. He'll kick this thing from about his own 30. Gets it away, end over end. Chasing it back is Osen. Osen has it and runs right into Knapp. And then Knapp is teamed up there.
Knapp was not going to let him slip through his hands. He had a hold of jersey, body, everything else. He wrapped up and he just really pulled him backwards.
Knapp had him. Schaefer came in to help wipe him out as the ball all the way back to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Riverhawks at their own 20.
Where'd he receive that? Is that a negative?
And he lost about 5 yards on that punt.
5 yards.
So 1st and 10. Brady Olsen again in the working out of the shotgun. Kondraki in motion. They'll throw out wide. They get a little flanker screen out there. Back cross over the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on the pass play for Olsen. Olsen completed to River Olsen for 7. 2nd down and 3.
You know, these jerseys, they're so hard to read the number.
Yes. Along with being homecoming, it's what they call a blackout night. Black uniforms and very dark numerals, very difficult to see. Inside handoff. They get up near the 1st down marker.
They're going to give it to him.
As it's Kondraki getting off the bottom of the pile. That'll be a 1st down. So call it a gain of 3 for Kondraki and the 1st down. Just the 2nd 1st down of the night for the Riverhawks. Knows the ball just over the 30, 1st and 10 from there. Olsen again out of the pistol, the shallow shotgun, looking across the middle. He's got a man wide open, 40 up to midfield. It's up to the Preston 40 as the pass is complete. All the way up there as it goes to River Olsen again. 34-yard pass play and another 1st down.
Who's number 3? Do you have him written in there somewhere?
Who?
3?
For us?
Yes. I don't have a 3 on my roster.
I do not.
That was a big play for the Riverhawks.
So 3 catches for River Olsen for 43 yards on the night. Another 1st down. This is Kondraki running around the right side, puts his head down, squirts through a hole, and gets up to the 26 before Zay Davis can bring him down.
Yeah, had Zay Davis not been able to catch him, he was gone. He was wide open. That was a great open field tackle by Zay Davis.
That'll be a gain of 9. 2nd down and 1.
Riverhawks has it moving, a little bit of momentum here.
Got Preston back on their heels a little bit. They better pick it up defensively. Inside handoff again, Kondraki. Straight ahead. Gets up near the line of scrimmage. I don't think he's going to be short of the 1st down by just a little bit. As an offensive lineman down for
77, 72. I can't tell.
He's able to get up gingerly.
71.
And no, it is 72.
72, Andy Shaw for the Riverhawks.
No gain for Kondraki on the play. Officials waiting for a moment, as now they're looking at the spot of the ball.
They want to measure.
It still looks short.
Yeah, they want to measure. That was pretty close.
As the chains will come in, we'll remind you again that next week Preston is at home. Century Diamondbacks will be there as they stretch the chain out. And remember a couple of years ago they used the sheet of paper in between the ball and the first down marker. Well, they didn't need it this time. They called it a first down.
Yeah, it had to be right there on the edge of the pole because it was close.
Third first down of the drive here for the Riverhawks. 1st and 10 from the Preston 26. Now hold on a minute. Now the officials want to talk for a second. I think they're trying to decide if 72 needs to come out for a play or not because he was the player who was down, Andy Shaw. They say no, so they'll wind the clock, and here we go. They'll drop out of the snap. Bad snap again on the shotgun. Rolling is Osen, and he's going to throw this one about halfway to Firth.
We almost could have caught that one had we been about a little further down the field. We were up about 30 feet off the floor.
Yeah, he threw that one just about to the parking lot area over by the locker rooms. 2nd down and 10. You think back to the Logan game, and Logan moved the ball well, but they did it via the passing game.
Right.
And so far tonight, except for that 136-yard completion, Riverhawks have done it through the run. They're going to roll. Somebody grabbed him around the waist, and he threw it out of bounds again. I believe that was Tate Rawlings who had him around the waist, and he threw it away before Rawlings could record the sack and to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it's a good thing he had enough arm to get it out of bounds because otherwise that would have been a sack.
So 3rd and 10. Like last week, so far tonight, the Riverhawks have found that center deep area of the Preston defense fairly soft. So 3rd and 10, 2 receivers to each side. Single running back is Summers. They'll fake it. Osen wants to roll left, throws back across his body, and it's caught for a 1st down.
That was a beautiful catch. He caught that from behind. He had to turn around and bend all the way backwards to get that catch. That's unfortunate for the Indians.
That's again complete to River Osen, his 2nd big catch of the drive. Gain of 12 and another 1st down. Their 5th of the half. So 1st and 10, ball spotted just over the 15, call it the 14. And in motion again, back here to the near side, they'll pitch it. Kondraki coming right, 15, as with Zay Davis on his back, falls forward across the 15. They'll mark it up to about the 14-yard line, so we'll call it a gain of 1.
Yeah, Zay Davis came all the way from the right side around the back, around the block, chasing the handoff to catch him and make that tackle.
It's a long 9, only really about a half-yard gain, so 2nd down and 9 coming up. 2 receivers right this time. Check that left, I should say. As Osen looking left, throws underneath, man wide open again. Throws it again to River Osen for 14 yards and a touchdown.
Caden Bernard was faked out of his shoes that time as Olsen took the pass and did a complete turnaround and scooped into the end zone.
So the 14-yard scoring play, as that equals their entitled scoring so far on the year. As they put up 6 points here in the 2nd quarter. That's all they had scored so far this season after getting shut out in the opening week and then had 6 points last week. As here is River Osen to try to attempt the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is through, and it's 7-0. The Riverhawks on top. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Well, the homecoming crowd likes it as Canyon Ridge jumps on top by a score of 7-0. Which reminds us, homecoming for Preston comes up in a couple of weeks, as that will be against Bonneville on the 27th. Homecoming.
That'll be a tough one because they beat Riverhawks 22-6, I believe.
Yes. According to Coach Knapp, talked to him before the game. The parade on Thursday afternoon around 1 o'clock. The homecoming parade. So we'll see you out for homecoming coming up in 2 weeks from tonight.
That's always a good crowd, good entertainment at the half.
Little short squib kickoff as they'll let it go. It's going to be picked up by Iverson at the 25. Sidesteps a man, gets up to the 30, and just across the 30-yard line.
That's always a dangerous to pick up off the ground like that. You really don't get much momentum going. But Iverson gained about 8 yards after he picked up the ball.
Cole Harris watched it go by. I'm surprised he didn't pick it up.
Yeah, and he's a speedster. You know, that kid's got some speed.
Well, first down for Preston. Again, we apologize, no video tonight as Canyon Ridge has their own video system, so we're not able to stream video. First and 10 for the Indians, just across their own 30. 2 setbacks in the backfield with High, 3 receivers. They'll give it to Iverson, kind of cuts it back up the middle. Going to pick up a short game, 1, maybe 2 yards, and it'll bring up second down. Perez on the stop. Last week, Iverson carried the ball 22 times for a season-high 134 yards and scored his first touchdown of the year. This time they'll go 4 wides with a single setback. They'll give it again to Iverson, coming left. Sets up a block pretty well, gets across the 35 to the 36 where he runs out of bounds. That'll be a gain of about 3 more and bring up third down and medium. Call it third down and call it 3 here.
This is a good, this can go run or pass on this situation. They are in the Preston territory on the 47.
Give it again to Iverson straight ahead, falls across the 40. That will be good enough for a first down as he picks up 4 more. For Preston, their third first down here in the first half. 6:34 to play as the clock stops as they move the chains. Now starts to roll again.
Preston hasn't had a momentum drive like Riverhawks have, but we should get something going here. If we can get something going here in the next 6.5 minutes.
As they look over to the coaching staff, now they have the play. Iverson remains at setback. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The single receiver left is Harris. High snap again, brought down by Hyde. Tries to throw, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Now a penalty flag comes in late. As High was knocked down, it's going to be roughing the passer against the Riverhawks after the play.
Yeah, unfortunately, that could have been a should have, would have. But we had an opportunity to gain some yards on that play. But like you say, Ty was hit right there, and it was pretty rough.
So the personal foul will move it 15 yards, give Preston another first down. That's just the second penalty of the half against Canyon Ridge for a total of 20 yards. As they'll put the ball down at the Riverhawk 44. First and 10 for Preston. 2 running backs in the backfield. They give it back to Iverson again. They stack him up short of the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose a yard. Maybe 2.
Yeah. Riverhawks are keying on him. They know he's their go-to guy. They've got a key on him. And they're using the middle. They haven't swept him out much. They haven't run him on the fly much tonight.
They haven't let Ty stand in the pocket and try to throw a pass yet either. It's all been runs or him rolling out one way or the other. Again, 2 receivers to each side. Iverson the setback. Here comes Smith. They give it to Isaiah on the jet sweep, and he loses about 5 more.
He almost lost that ball. He had to double clutch it because in order to get it in tight, he just about dropped it. But they saw that one coming right off the bat.
3rd down and 12 here for Preston. As this time they're going to empty the backfield. They're going to go with a diamond formation right. Lone receiver left is Knapp. And Ty in all by himself. This is when the oppositions have blitzed him because he doesn't move around real well. He wants to throw and throws, and it's intercepted over the middle. As it's picked off by Brandon Clark, the sophomore, returns it all the way to the Preston 40-yard line.
Ty was hit just as he released the ball, and that ball just fluttered down right into the arms of the interceptor.
So Ty intercepted. That's 2 turnovers tonight for Preston here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the Preston 41. So here come the Riverhawks after sticking it in the end zone the last time they had the ball. 4:39 to play here in the first half. Osen again out of the shotgun, looks across the middle. He's got a man open, complete up to the 35. Iverson on the tackle as the pass complete to LaMarche.
Looks like Preston's gone a little bit soft on the defense, backing up just a little bit, giving them more room. Instead of blitzing, there was no blitz that time.
Andy LaMarche with the catch, gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 here for the Hawks. They really bring everybody up within about 7 or 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff, Kondraki up to the 30, still on his feet, gets up to the 26-yard line and another 1st down.
Yeah, a good run by the Riverhawks as they're opening up holes in the defense of the Indians.
Another 9-yard carry for Kondraki. 11 carries for 44 yards here in the first half. And another 1st down. Osen looking, throws again. He's got a man wide open. It's River Osen up to about the 23-yard line. That's another gain of about 4. Wright makes the stop for Preston. 2nd down and 6 coming up here. Right now, he's not only does he have all the time that he wants, he's able to just stand there and just pick the defense apart.
Right, we're not blitzing right now this series. Looks like we got Zay coming in.
Osen again. This time he gets a little pressure. They throw it deep for the end zone as Scott Dunn is there. And Scott, it looks like he's picked it off in the end zone and calls something. The 2 officials just looking at each other. Now they want to converse, and it will be an interception for Dunn.
So a touchback for the Indians will bring it out to the 20. So we avert a touchdown there.
2nd turnover for the Riverhawks tonight on the interception. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as Dunn goes back where he intercepted the ball to look for something in the grass. I don't know what he's lost, but now he's going to come back out and assume his position. He'll get the play from Garrett Ward as he jogs by. 2 receivers to each side. Ward and Dunn to the far side, and a timeout here taken by
Riverhawks.
Taken by the Riverhawks. 2:59 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Take a timeout. Back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Well, each team has turned the ball over twice here in the first half, John. As Preston will come back out, 1st and 10 here. From their own 20 after the interception by Scott Dunn in the end zone. Give it to Iverson, straight ahead. Short gain, gets across the 20, and head falls ahead to about the 22.
They're using that tight end, putting 3 on the left side of Riverhawks, leaving that tight end wide open to come in after the run.
The other thing that Preston's doing tonight is they're not running as quickly offensively as they had in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
They are taking their time to get to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Fakes, Hyde wants to throw, underneath, almost intercepted again. Tried to go to Knapp a little bit behind him, and the ball was knocked down and almost picked off by Carson Sansbury. So to bring up 3rd down and 8. Again, they'll go 3 receivers left. 3 receivers right, I should say. Single receiver left is Knapp. Out of the shotgun, come throw right, throws underneath, and going down to a knee to catch the ball was Scott Dunn. So really, it's no gain on the play.
Yeah, you can't throw it low at their feet, because if they have to go down to the knee and they catch it with their knee, that's where it's down. They don't get a chance to get up and run it. So
that'll bring up a punting situation again here for Preston, and save time on the clock with 2:14 to play. The Riverhawks will once again take a timeout. So we'll take one here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
KACH.
Well, the homecoming crowd enjoying it so far here as the Riverhawks lead 7-0 with just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Punting situation here for the Indians. Isaiah Smith gets it away. Again, end over end, hits it midfield, bounces forward. Knapp watches it roll, rolls forward about the 42, and that's where the Riverhawks offense will come back out and put it back into play again. So we go under the 2-minute mark, 1:57 left here in the first quarter. As the Riverhawks had really the only real drive, sustained drive of the half, as they're able to put it in the end zone. And here we go, 1st and 10 for the Canyon Ridge offense. Kondraki in motion left. Osen wants to throw, rolling right, throws underneath. He's got a man wide open. He steps out of bounds at the Preston 40.
Isaiah missed his man coming through, let him go as he come off to the right side. As he rolled out to the right, Isaiah stepped up, let him by.
A penalty marker on the play. Ineligible man downfield, so wipe out the gain and bring it back. A little bit of a break there for the Indians.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So ineligible man downfield. Wiped out, about a 22-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, that's great.
Push the ball back 5. 1st down again, 1st and 15. 1:50 now to play in the half. Coming up at halftime, it's the Ralph Construction Halftime Report. I invite you to stay tuned for that. Inside handoff. Tippy-toeing through a hole, picking back across the 40, falling forward to the 41. Kondracki will pick up about 6 more.
Positive gain, back over the line to gain.
2nd down and 9 is what this one will be as Isaiah Smith hustles off the field for the Indians. Again out of the shotgun, flag down at the line of scrimmage. Pass is complete as it goes to Olsen. He steps out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line. Let's see what the flag is going to be. Illegal procedure against the Riverhawks. That'll push the ball back again. So we'll nullify another passing gain. So we'll push it back to the 35, back to where we were a couple of plays ago. 2nd down and 15. 1:22 to play. 4 penalties now against Canyon Ridge in the half for a total of 30 yards. Confusion inside. The Preston Indians have the ball carrier and the ball as they throw him back across the 25-yard line.
Miscommunication on their running back as he came up. The quarterback turned the opposite direction and then bobbled it, almost lost it. We almost had a fumble. But, yeah, they were lucky enough to get the ball back, keep the ball in possession.
3rd down, 1:02 to play in the half. 3rd and very long coming up again. This time it's Coach the Preston Indians who want to keep the clock, conserve the clock, so they'll call a timeout. And we'll come back and have the rest of the first half for you right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
KACH.
So 3rd down and 19 they have on the clock, on the scoreboard. Either way, Preston wanted to save part of the clock. Olsen, inside handoff, goes nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll remain 4th down and remain 19. And again, the Indians are going to call a timeout here.
Try to get at least one possession as it's 4th down.
They'll take the timeout, and we'll come back with the remainder of the first half right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
So 4th down and 18 they have on the clock. Punting situation. Scott Dunn again will go back and stand about his own 35 this time. River Olsen back to kick. 52 seconds left here in the first half. And this time the Riverhawks want a timeout before they can get the punt off.
Yeah, they tried to get the Indians to jump off sides.
Why? It's 4th and 18. What's 5 yards going to get you?
Right. Well, 5 yards, another down. Run the clock down a little bit.
Yep. So I had lunch. We're talking about our new sponsor, Pin and Pops. Pop and Pins. I'm sorry. Sorry, Barry. I had lunch there, and the Hawaiian food, incredible.
Yeah,
very good stuff.
Very good.
The mix of the teriyaki and
rice.
Korean influence in their sauces, delicious. If you've never been there, yeah, it's a bowling alley, but go in and try the Island Bowl Grill. You'll certainly enjoy it. So here's the punting situation again after the timeout. 52 seconds left here in the half. The snap comes to Osen. End over end kick again, as Dunn able to field this one at his own 40. He's going to bounce it outside. Gets across midfield, runs out of bounds at about the 47-yard line with 52 seconds left.
Yeah, you could see he wasn't going to get much further downfield, so he steps out to stop the clock so we can get set up for a play, a down play. Anyway, this poster I have, Dan, is of Michael Jordan. It's a sketching of him, and on it says, he says, "I've never lost a game. I've just run out of time."
There you go. Preston running out of time here in the first half. You know, they had that play to Dunn long that it was just knocked away at the last second, and they haven't gone back to that yet. Let's see if they try to go back to that here in the closing moments here of half number one. Scott is wide right. Ty wants to throw. He's going to go deep. Scott is wide open down near the 10, but it's overthrown.
He's slowing down to look at the ball, and he's sitting there going, I got it, I got it, I got it, but he just over the reach of his fingers. You know, it's good to see him getting Scotty Dunn involved a little bit more this week. I thought last week they didn't involve him as much as they could.
No catches last week for Dunn at all.
Yeah.
So 36 seconds left as the clock stops after the incompletion. They'll throw an out this time as
Ward.
making the catches Ward steps out of bounds after a gain of 8 up to the 39-yard line.
31 seconds to go in the first half.
Ty is only 2 of 5 here in the first half. Passing. 31 seconds left. Third down and 2. Iverson straight ahead has the first down across the 35 up to about the 33. That'll be a gain of 6 for Iverson and a timeout.
Timeout Preston, it looks like.
Clock runs down to 19 seconds.
We're going to set some time on because the clock's supposed to stop while they set the chains.
He's coming over to talk to the officials. The officials talk to the coaches upstairs, and they'll talk to the guy running the clock. And they'll put some more time back on it.
Back to 23 seconds.
23. Is that 23 or 2.3? I hope that's 23. First and 10, Preston.
23 minutes. No, I'm just kidding.
As Ty's asking the same question I am. Is that 2.3 seconds on the clock?
That looks like 23 minutes.
Well, it's usually there's no tenth of a second. Is the problem? There it is. Now they got it. So first and 10, Preston from their own, or check that, from the Canyon Ridge 27. Clock starts, bad snap, goes over Ty's head, and he's got to chase it all the way back across midfield again. As Ty, was he able to cover it, or did it come loose again? The Canyon Ridge defense says they have it. Now the official says no. Clock goes down to 17 seconds.
I thought he had it myself.
And now hold on, the officials seem to be confused again. The defense coming off the field for Canyon Ridge, maybe they did recover it, but there was no indication from the officials that they had the ball. So our referee is going to walk across the field to come over and talk to the head coach of Canyon Ridge. As, again, he thought that they had it as well, and the officials, again, said no. He kind of threw up his hands and...
Yeah, he wanted him to start the clock as soon as the ball was marked for play, but it was an incomplete pass. It was a dead ball.
So it's second down and
We're
about
out of bounds.
24.
No, it was an out-of-bounds play.
Right.
starts when he marks it, when the ball is snapped.
Right. Preston ball all the way back at their 49. Another bad snap over Ty's head. That's the third bad snap that the Indians have had tonight. Now they'll start the clock. Clock runs underneath. They throw to Ward. He has it. Steps out of bounds at about the 42. That'll be a gain of 9 on the play. And to bring up third down and long. 13 seconds left in the half. As again, Garrett able to step out of bounds and stop the clock. 2 running backs to protect Hyde. Ty's looking, going to go deep to the left. One receiver out there. It's Knapp. Oh, they grab onto him. The ball's intercepted in the end zone, but there's no penalty marker.
There should have been a penalty. They held him. He wasn't even looking at the ball, and he grabbed around his waist.
That wasn't just a grab. It was a bear hug with 2 arms. They grabbed Knapp and just rode him out of the play, and then another man came over and intercepted the ball in the end zone. Third turnover by the Indians in the first half, but certainly that deserved a flag, and the Preston coaching staff over on the far side agrees. So 3 seconds left, they'll kneel down, and that'll be the end of the half. As Osen kneels down, the clock will strike zeros, and the first half comes to an end on what has been a difficult half in the first half for the Preston Indians, and the Riverhawks go off scoring more points in the first half tonight than they had at any point during the first 2 games. 7-0 Canyon Ridge. The Ralph Construction halftime report is coming up. Stay with us.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The job stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on-site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The halftime report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232
232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Lusage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
We welcome you in here to the Ralph Construction halftime report. 7-0 Canyon Ridge leading at halftime. John, this has been a very difficult half for Preston. Other than Andrew Iverson running the ball, anything they've tried offensively really hasn't worked.
No, their passing game has not been up to par, and Ty Hyde hasn't had time to throw either. I mean, Riverhawks are finding the holes and bringing people in and stopping him before he can get the ball off.
No, the biggest amount of yardage that the Riverhawks have pushed the Indians back have been on the strength of 3 snaps over Ty's head. They've lost probably around 35 yards.
Right. And we've talked about it before, but that snapping position, you've got to be on the money. You got to be there. The quarterback has too much to think about without not thinking where that ball's going to go.
And because of that, Preston has played a little fast and loose with the football in the first half. They turned it over 3 times.
Yeah, that's not good. That's no way to win a ball game.
Nope, not indeed. So it's 7-0 as it's homecoming here at Canyon Ridge. They're bringing the royalty out onto the field. So as they do that, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the stats from the first half right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
We are Dairy West. That means we are milk people, family people, animal people, people people. We are environment-loving people, giving back people, job-creating people, and glass all the way full people. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
KACH. KACH.
Before we go any further, however, let's pause here for station identification. You're listening to Preston Indian Football.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH. Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Only scoring in the first half was done by Canyon Ridge, a 14-yard scoring pass from Brody Olson to what I only assume is his brother, River Olson, that went for 14 yards and a touchdown. The extra point made it 7-0, and that was the only scoring in the first half.
Yeah, it's been kind of one of those games where, you know, they're running a lot, but then miscues on both sides has stopped their teams short of being able to score. Preston has been down in their red zone twice, 2 or 3 times, right. And other than big plays for Canyon Ridge, that's where they got their one score from. But yeah, we've kept them out of their red zone.
Yep, and one time they had it down inside the 5-yard line, and the Preston turned the ball over. as the ball was recovered there by Canyon Ridge, and they started to drive at their own 2. And Preston was able to get the ball back, but still not able to score. They've had good starting position. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half, John. Ty was 3 of 6 in the first half for only 15 yards.
Yeah, that's kind of not like the Preston anyway in the last 2 games that we've seen. But Ty's he's not having the time to set up and throw.
Right.
2 or 3 times I've seen his throws. He's thrown it anyway, but they've either been knocked down or thrown down. One was tipped away at that would have been a 6. So, I mean, Canyon Ridge deserves a little bit of credit, but I think mostly because we're not getting the time to throw.
Yeah, as far as running the ball in the first half, Isaiah Smith had 1 carry for -5. Ty carried the ball 3 times for -11. Those are mainly because of the bad snaps. The real ground attack for Preston have come from Andrew Iverson with 10 carries for 48 yards in the first half. Garrett Ward has 13 of the 15 yards completed through the air for the Indians. And Preston has committed 2 penalties in the first half for a total of 20 yards. In fact, total offense in the first half for Preston, only 60 yards and 5 first downs total offense in the first half. For Canyon Ridge, it was Brody Osen, 6 for 9 for 60 yards and touchdown in the first half. Bam Kondraki carried the ball 12 times for 50 yards. Brady Osen, 3 carries for a -28 yards. River Osen, including the touchdown catch, he had 5 receptions in the first half for 69 yards. Kondraki, 1 catch for 5, and it was Andy Lamache had 1 catch for 5 yards as well. Total offense in the first half for Canyon Ridge, 138 yards, and they had 7 first downs in the first half. They turned the ball over twice. Preston turned it over a total of 3 times, and they being Canyon Springs, they lead 7-0. We kind of made light of the fact going into the halftime break that they scored more points here tonight than they had in the first 2 games combined, as they scored 6 points last week and were shut out in their opener, and they have a total of 7 points here tonight. They came in the lowest scoring team in all of the 4A division in the state of Idaho, having scored only 6 points in the first 2 games of the year.
And then they scored 7 in was that first quarter or second quarter?
Yeah, I believe that was in the second
quarter. And but the thing about Preston we haven't seen yet, we haven't seen much of Cole Harris. Any balls thrown to him, he's been kind of quiet. And again, Scotty Dunn. He's had 3 passes thrown to him, 2 of them over his head, and the other one, well, it should have been an interference.
Well, exactly. But that's the way things go sometimes for Preston. Unfortunately, they're just missing. Had 2 balls thrown to Dunn that could have easily been touchdowns, but came up being just simply incompletions instead. So Preston, although they're only down 7, still very much into the game in what has been a sloppy game on their side of the ball.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I think there's been sloppy play on both sides, really.
That's true.
It has not been a pretty game, a fun game to watch. I'm thinking Coach Larson's going to say, it's time to step it up. So yeah. I think he'll get them going for the second half.
I think so too. Certainly they played better than that each of the first 2 weeks with 1 win and 1 loss. Let's see what happens in the second half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to the second half kickoff for you right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
Behind every project is a true value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Well, we'll go to the Indians to start the second half here tonight. They won the toss and deferred. So Preston onto the field, ready to accept the opening kick of the second half, waiting for the Riverhawks to come back out onto the field. When you think back to last year, with Logan, get the game against Logan to open the season this year as a neutral site game, Preston's 1-1 in their last two official road games. They beat Burley, but then lost at Bishop Kelly in the opening round of the state playoffs last year.
Right.
So don't forget, Preston home a week from tonight. Century will be there. 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be home to Bonneville, and that is homecoming. Again, waiting for the Riverhawks to come out onto the field. There's still 1 minute and 30 left on the clock before they have to kick it off, so they're certainly going to use every bit of that as waiting for the kicker to come over and join the rest of the kick coverage team. And the kicker is the senior River Osen. River, in case you're curious, is a year older than the quarterback Brody Osen. Brody's a junior, yeah. River's a senior.
Interesting concept. They could be brothers.
So back deep for the Indians. It's Isaiah Smith in the middle. Andrew Iverson to the near side. That'll be the left side of the formation, and Scotty Dunn to the far side. That's over on the right. Finally now, the Riverhawks come out onto the field to get ready to put the ball into play to start the second half here tonight on just a gorgeous night here in Twin Falls. It's hard to believe there's rain coming the first of next week. Being outside here tonight. In case you're curious, we are on the press box roof here tonight.
It's a nice view. It's not bad. You can see all around Twin Falls. It's a nice view.
So they'll tee it up at the 40, and River Osen will kick it into play. It's another little squib kick as this one comes to one of the up men. You better cover it, and they don't get it. It's going to go to the Riverhawks. As there for Preston, who tried to cover it, it was Lincoln Bradford who couldn't get a hold of it. Tried to pick it up and run, that little squib kick. And boy, that's like trying to field that onside kick. The last thing you want to do is try to pick it up and run. Just cover it.
You know, that's the thing about a football. Yeah, you just have to cover it, because if you try to pick it up, you may be picking up it on a small end right in the middle, and it can slip out of your hands and be knocked out just as easy.
That's a season-high 4 turnovers tonight now for Preston. Inside handoff goes to Kondraki on first down. He gets near the 30-yard line, but he's going to be turned back short of it. In fact, they're going to mark him way short of it at the 28, called a gain of 1.
Well, Preston just can't seem to get off on the right foot on either half.
Parker Gilbert with the stop there for Preston. Second down, and we'll call it 9. Snap comes to Osen, throws underneath. It's high and in and out of his receiver's hands.
You know, we could have had a good chance for a pickoff there. As Isaiah Smith came up, but just a little bit over his head. It was kind of tipped over his head, I think.
Pass intended for Kondraki. And it's now 3rd and long here for the Riverhawk offense. Even though they had 137 yards in total offense in the first half, they were 0 for 3 in third down conversion attempts. He tries to roll out, still running. As Osen runs out of bounds, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
Yeah, we almost had him in the backfield. He was chased by Zay and Harris, Davis and Harris, to run him out of bounds.
4th down and 6.
This will be a go for it down. They'll go for it. They're not going to kick here. They're only at the 30-yard line of Preston.
Yeah, they went for it in their own territory deep in the first half and didn't make it. So 4th down and 6 from the Preston 30. They send 2 receivers left. Single running back in the backfield is Summers. As they'll throw underneath, and it's caught, and it's going to be close to the first down.
It's a first down.
As it's complete again, that's good enough for a first down. As they'll get 7 yards on the play. And the pass is complete to River Osen.
Preston's looking just a little bit confused on defense here, just a little bit.
So 1st and 10. They'll run it again. Kondraki straight ahead. Harris has him by the back and drags him backwards. First man to meet him in the hole for Preston was Parker Gilbert again. Big number 60.
And Parker Gilbert, yeah, was in on that.
Loss of 1 for Kondraki on that play. 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Lone setback, and now penalty flags right at the snap and whistles as well, so they'll stop the play. It'll be illegal procedure against Canyon Ridge.
Yeah, they moved just before the snap.
That'll move them back 5 more yards. It'll stay 2nd down and be 2nd and 16. 5 penalties now for the Riverhawks for 35 yards. Lucas Hillenbrandt comes out, the sophomore. As again, they'll put 4 receivers into the pattern this time. Summers the lone setback. He's going to throw, wants to throw. He's not going to be able to throw because Schaefer's got him by the waist and throws him down.
Yeah, Schaefer came in, had a clean hit on him, and just dragged him down. If he'd have thrown it, it would have either been fumbled or intercepted.
It's a loss of 11 on the sack. And bring up 3rd and even longer, 3rd and 26 by my count. Ball all the way back to the Preston 37-yard line. So they'll go back to their standard setup formation, single receiver to each side, man in motion back here to the near side. They'll toss to Kondraki. They got him almost immediately, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. First man to get him from behind was Brent Knapp. Gordon Knapp.
Gordon Knapp, but he almost stripped the ball out. He had a hold of the ball, trying to pull it out, but then got some help. So tried to force the fumble there.
So a couple of negative runs for Kondraki to start here in the second half. 4th down and very long. Ball remains in the Preston side of the field, but looks like they're going to punt here.
Looks like a fake to me.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, nope, he's going to kick it away, kind of a rugby-style kick. Dunn's going to pick it up at about his own 5-yard line and cut. He's got a lot of running room down the sidelines. Gets a block, 35, 40. Midfield, goes around the punter to the 40. 35, still on his feet to the 30. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to run by him for the touchdown. Nice. A 95-yard touchdown punt return for Scott Dunn, and Preston's back to within a point.
And no hankies on the field, which was good, but Dunn also had a good cutback, which opened up a big flat and then had nothing but blockers in front of him all the way down the field.
He had just really one man to beat, as nobody was on the left over on the far side of the field. He had a wide open sideline, and he made one cut and beat River Osen, the punter. And now Scotty, after running 95 yards, is going to try the extra point.
And Hudson Nelson, as big as he is, he's running down the field. He was doing. I've never seen him move that fast.
Garrett Ward to hold. As the snap, the spot, and the kick is a line drive. But it is good, as it just barely slipped over the crossbar. So Preston, they finally get something on the board. They're tied at 7 after the 95-yard touchdown return on the punt by Scott Dunn. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
So Preston gets even here in the midway section here of quarter number 3, as Isaiah Smith will kick it off. It's 7-7 now, and a long booming kick by Isaiah.
Nice kick.
As this one's going to go all the way back, and this is going to be a touchback.
Yeah,
wow.
That almost bounced on the 2-yard line and came back this way, but it went over the end line and for a touchback.
So a big kickoff by Isaiah Smith. That's his first touchback of the year. First and 10 here for the Riverhawks, as we're even again. It's 7-7. This is when you need the defense to really step up. They can't take the ball away, get a 3 and out, and get the offense back on the field. First and 10, as they'll hand the ball inside, and really just getting back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, as getting off the bottom of the pile. It's 34 Wyatt Summers this time.
Ty Hyde was the one able to grab him by the waist as he came through the line.
Summers, no gain. Second down and 10. Again, 4 receivers into the pattern. Man in motion back here to the near side. They'll toss it. They'll come this way, as it'll be a short gain. Get a couple of yards is all this time. And it'll be Kondraki getting off the bottom of the pile. That's 16 carries unofficially for Kondraki for 52 yards. And his first positive yardage here in the second half.
Yeah, Iverson had him right, has his number, so he followed him. He was the first one to hit him.
Third down and 9. Out of the shotgun, Summers wants to throw, and it's dropped just short of the first down. But pass to Kondraki was in and out of his hands.
Yeah, Wright was able to catch him just as he caught the ball and swung him around, and he lost control of the ball to drop it for an incomplete pass.
So 4th and 9, deep in their own territory, and let's see if they're going to try to go for it again. This is kind of the spot they went for it in the first half and failed, but then kept Preston out of the end zone. And it looks like this time River Osen will drop back into punt formation. Scott Dunn, who just returned 195 to the house, stands at his own 50-yard, right at the 50-yard line. Snap, bad kick this time. Wobbler, going to roll up the sidelines, and it's going to roll dead at the Preston 45-yard line.
Went 10 yards right along the sideline. Just about a foot and a half inside the sideline there.
So the Preston offense coming back onto the field, actually after the first time they're even in the game, after the punt return for the touchdown, as now Ty Hyde gets to go back to work in a 7-7 tie this time and see what the offense can do. 1st and 10 near midfield at the Preston 46. Dunn and Ward wide right. Smith and Knapp to the left. Iverson the lone setback. Smith in motion. That one goes right through Ty's hands. It's right at his feet, and he doesn't see it, and it's the 5th turnover of the game for Preston.
My goodness, I tell you that I think that was Ty's fault. He looked away just as the ball was snapped, looking over to the side, and it hit him in the hands and went off to the side. So he didn't, I think that was Ty. He took his eyes off the punter, or the hiker, the center. That's not good.
So that's 5 turnovers tonight. And 11 turnovers for the year. And this is only 2.5 games in. So the Riverhawk offense back onto the field, 1st and 10. Back in Preston territory, ball at the Preston 37. Osen wants to throw. Oh, look out. He got smacked upside the head and skips the ball, but now sacked all the way back to the 45. He had the ball out like he was trying to throw. Ty came by and tried to swipe it out of there and ended up smacking him right upside the face.
And then Hudson Nelson came in and grabbed him by the wrist to get him down. But but they'll give him forward progress up to the 50. So, but a big loss for him.
Still a loss of about 12 yards.
Yeah.
I'm just astounded that they didn't call a penalty on Ty for slapping him.
It was probably inadvertent, though. You know, they probably realized it was inadvertent because the ball was above his head, and he tried to swat at it.
2nd down and 19. Hand off to Kondraki right straight up the middle, and Zay Davis hog ties him and brings him down.
You know, Zay Davis has done a great job tonight. He's been on the line. He's been in that backfield and caused havoc with those runners tonight. He's done a great job.
Gain of 1. 3rd down and 18. And now a timeout, I believe.
The officials' timeout.
This is officials' timeout. Preston defense was starting to run over to the sidelines. Now they turn around and come back. And they'll get back in their position as the referee will put the clock back in motion. Actually, now he says start the clock. So it runs with 5:30 to play in quarter number 3, tied at 7. Osen has the play from the sidelines, goes back in. Wide receiver to either side, man on the wing on each side as well. 3rd down and 18. And they took too much time.
A delay.
That'll be a delay call. That'll move it back 5 more yards.
I think I would. It's a dead ball.
Dead ball again. You don't really have a choice.
Yeah, you don't.
So it pushes it back to the 46. It's now 3rd down and 23. Yes, the guy who runs the down and distance on the scoreboard has a difficult time with math. He still has it 3rd and 18.
It's like 3rd and 25.
Yeah. But then again, like me, they told me there'd be no math in this job.
Probably a good thing.
3rd and very long. Osen wants to throw. Going up the sidelines. It's over everybody's head and incomplete. Tried to get it to Lucas Hillenbrand.
Yeah, I think Lucas Hildebrand was ready to head straight. He was supposed to go straight out because that ball looked like it was thrown to the outside as he cut in.
Yep.
So good read by the defense, though.
So 4th and very long again, and here comes River Osen back onto the field, the punter. try to punt again. Well, he looks like he's limping a little bit this time as he makes his way out there. Scott Dunn's going to stand at about his own 30-yard line, anticipating the punt on 4th and very long again.
I would think he'd be back a little bit. The punts haven't been very good from Olsen, but they've
coming after him. This one's going to be over Scotty's head. In fact, it's going to head to the sideline, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 17 or 18-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16. So you got a good roll, and Preston again will come back out and put the ball into play. 5:02 left in the third in the 7-7 tie here tonight.
Well, pending any more miscues, we could get the ball moving.
So a season-high 5 turnovers tonight for Preston. That doesn't count all the balls that were snapped over Ty's head that he was able to cover. That just went simply on his loss of yardage.
Right.
So just the exchange, the snap from the center to the quarterback tonight has been certainly a thorn in the Indians' side. Send 3 receivers right. Ty's going to throw underneath. This one comes to Dunn. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he's off to the races. 40, 50. He's breaking away from everybody with that speed. No one's going to catch him. This is going to go 83 yards for the touchdown.
Nice play by that. And, that's what they need to do is involve Dunn to the outside on the flats instead of throwing it deep downfield most of the time. Hit him quick outside. He's got the speed, and he has a one-on-one coverage most of the time.
So Dunn, after the 95-yard kick return, goes 83 for the score on his first catch of the night. Now on to try the extra point once again. Boy, Scott slipped right through a little crease, and nobody touched him. Spot, kick. It is up, and it's off the upright, and it missed as it deflects wide right.
I thought it was going to deflect inside, but no.
Nope, it's no good. Preston leads 13-7 back to the kickoff right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
You may have heard just as we were going to break that there was a flag on the field. It's a sideline infraction against the Riverhawks, which is odd because they threw it on the point after when the sideline wasn't 40 yards from the ball. So they'll assess the penalty on the kickoff. And so Isaiah Smith on the 10-yard walk-off will kick from, actually it's 15 yards, but he'll kick it off from the Riverhawk 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's because it was on the coach, I believe, and not a player. It was a coach, so it's 15.
So let's see what Isaiah's going to do. He's just going to pound it through the end zone or try to hang one up and let the defense go down and try to pin him back deep here.
Good time for an onside kick here.
So Preston leads 13-7. Here comes Isaiah. He'll hang this one high. Try to get it inside the 5, but it's going to hit in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. His second touchback of the night, and the ball will come back out to the 20. So second half so far has been the Scotty Dunn show.
Yeah, it really has. He's done everything this half. He's caught one and run it for a touchdown and run out one,
95-yard punt return, then an 83-yard catch and run. 13-7, Preston on top. As they'll spot the ball at the 20, and here comes Brody Olson out to play quarterback again here for the Riverhawks. 1st and 10 from their own 20. 4:48 to play in the third. Preston with their first lead of the game. Toss to Kondracki, coming right. Slips through a hole, puts his head down and gains 7 as he gets forward to the 27-yard line.
He slipped right through 3 Preston Indians for an extra 7 yards.
See, here's the thing, and it's become commonplace at just about every level in football. Instead of trying to wrap up and bring the guy down, you're trying to put your helmet and your shoulder pads into it and knock him off his feet. He slipped through a hole because of that and ended up gaining 7.
Exactly.
Unofficially, 18 carries for Kondracki for 60 yards. Second down and 3. They'll give it to Kondracki again. He's going to be turned back just as he gets to just short of the 30-yard line. He's still going to get a couple of yards, but he's going to be just short. Then to bring up third down and 1.
Kondracki's down. Indians tried to help him up, but he says, don't, I can't get up. Hang on.
So man down in the field is Kondracki, and with him down, tell you what, let's squeeze in another quick break here. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Third down and short. Kondracki went off under his own power.
Need to put a nickel there over the center because it's quarterback keep.
As he's going to be short, I think, as they push him back, and he's still short as he tries to push the ball forward. And if it's where the official is standing here on this side, depends on if he marks it with his left foot or his right foot, as the nose of the football just barely touching the 30. And let's see.
It'll be a
first down.
Yeah, the official came in. He walked a little bit more towards the line as he came in.
It's only the second first down here of the second half for the Riverhawks.
I thought that was a gimme.
It was. Like I said, he walked forward. He started, like you said, he walked crooked, and then he spotted it with his left foot. If he spots it with his right foot, it's short. First and 10 from the 30. Out of the shotgun. Kondracki back in there as they toss it out wide to him as the 4 or 5 white-shirted Indians string out the play and then wipe him out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So that'll be short, bring up second down and 10.
No gain for the Riverhawks.
That was the 20th carry of the night for Kondracki. So second down and 10. Defense, since Scott Dunn's punt return for the touchdown, the Preston defense has stiffened.
Done a great job, yeah.
2 setbacks behind Osen. He wants to throw. Throws over the middle. It's complete as he lets almost spins out of there up to about the 36-yard line. I believe that was River Osen who make the catch.
It was Caden Bernard who made the stop but almost got it. Let him go.
Gain of 7.
That quick out for them has worked a number of times tonight.
Second down and 3. Couple of receivers here to the near side. 2 men in the slot. Single receiver is Hillenbrandt left. And now whistles. And what do we got? Got a timeout being called by Canyon Ridge. Want a timeout here with 1:52 to play in the quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Third down and about 3 here for the Riverhawks. Don't forget, coming after our game tonight, we'll have a complete re-air of the West Side game as they're on the road tonight as well. They're playing at Marsh Valley. So here we go, 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun. Snap to Osen's a good one. Rolling right. Throws underneath, and it's caught up to the 42.
That'll be a
nope,
first.
Now they're going to say no. The official from the far side coming in and saying it hit the ground. So it's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down and 3. Now the official here on the near side still holding on to the ball. As now they're going to get together and argue about it. As the official from the far side, he's pretty emphatic that the ball hit the ground. And it will be an incomplete pass. So 4th down after the incomplete throw by Osen. 4th down and about 3 yards.
Yeah.
And looks like they're going to go for it. Nope, here comes the punt team.
That's interesting, but I can see why Riverhawks are a little upset on that, because the catch was made about a quarter of the way across the field from our side, from Riverhawks' side, and the official from clear over on Preston's side came in and said no, it was a catch, or it was a trap.
But he could have had a better angle on the ball too.
Yeah, that's
true. Never know.
That's true.
So here is River Osen to punt. Scott Dunn. Oops, not Scott Dunn. It's Isaiah Smith going to go back and drop back deep this time in punt return formation, as this one is fairly returnable. As Smith kind of waiting for a hop. Nope, he's not going to get it. As the man slips and falls, but it falls on the ball and covers it literally at the 27. Now a flag comes in from well behind the play, ironically from the same official who just called the incomplete pass on the other side of the field. So what is he going to call now?
That's kind of interesting. I didn't see anything happen where he threw the flag.
There was nobody there.
Yeah.
As the official looking back toward the Preston huddle now wants to come over and talk to the Canyon Ridge head coach, who, if he wasn't happy earlier, he's definitely not happy now.
No, especially if this is going against the Riverhawks.
Has been no indication. Let's see.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike against Canyon Ridge. Maybe somebody took a poke at somebody running down the field, maybe.
Very possible.
Because it happened in the middle of the field. It wasn't like anybody on the sideline said or did anything.
Right.
Either way, it's going to move the ball 15 yards. That's the second big major walk-off against the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks for the second time tonight.
This is one of those situations. If it happened, it happens, and it's a good call by the official. But it's not a popularity thing to do on a other team's home field.
Hyde, handoff straight ahead, goes to Iverson, cross midfield, tries to make a cut to his right, and he's brought down, but it's still a gain of about 11 yards.
Good down. They cut the Riverhawks a little bit out of position that time as Iverson cut up the middle and had a good block by his lineman downfield to open up the middle.
Gain of 11 and a first down, moves the ball back into Riverhawk territory. 1st and 10 from the Canyon Ridge 47-yard line. 1:20 to play here in the third quarter. Preston leads 13-7. Inside handoff again to Iverson. He'll dive forward. It gets about
6
up to just short of the 40.
Yeah, 5.
So you're going to get about 5 more. Really, they hadn't given the ball to Iverson much at all so far here in the third quarter. They give him back-to-back plays, and he gained 16 yards. So second down and 5. Inside a minute to play now here in the quarter. Down to 45 seconds. They'll give it to Iverson again. Again straight ahead. Breaks more tackles. Still on his feet. Struggling forward almost to the 30-yard line.
Got a 10-yard gain there for Iverson as he gets to the 31 of the Riverhawks.
So he runs for 10 more. That's unofficially 13 carries for 74 yards tonight. And the clock runs, 25 seconds to play. They should snap it one more time before the end of the quarter. As everybody back in their spots. Clock down to 15. Snap pretty good. Iverson once again, right straight up the middle. Gets across the 30. Now a penalty marker comes in at the end of the play. Probably a holding call here against Preston.
Hold on, Preston.
Stops the clock with 10 seconds left. They threw the flag right at Iverson's body, basically, as the tackle was being made. And
chop block
against Preston. So that'll move the ball back. As they'll walk it off. This will be a 15-yard penalty against the Indians. So to move the ball all the way back to the Riverhawk 44-yard line. Three flags on Preston for 35 yards tonight, as compared to 8 against the Riverhawks for 70 yards. First and 25, however. Snap to Hyde. Pitch it to Zay Davis into the game at the running back spot. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's no gain. And that's the way the third quarter will end. It'll be second down and 25 for Preston. When we come back, they lead, they being the Indians after 3, by a score of 13-7. Back in the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Football season is back. Reignites your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
Aggie football returns a week from Saturday as they hit the road to face San Diego State. Pregame is at 7:30 and the kickoff is at 8:30.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Gerard, and this is your home for Utah State Athletics. 105.5 FM and AM 1340, KACH, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
We'll go to the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. As two teams will switch ends. Preston will go from left to right across your radio dial here in the fourth quarter. After the third quarter wrapped up, it was the Scott Dunn show, the 95-yard punt return for a touchdown, and then took a little flanker screen, 83 yards for a touchdown. He made one of the 2 extra points, and that made it 13-7, and that's where we start the fourth, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Second down and long for Preston. They'll pitch it to Iverson. It's going to be another fumble, the 6th turnover of the game for the Indians.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic of the Indians, but that pitch was not done correctly. It was almost a forward lateral.
Well, Ty waited till he's absolutely in trouble, then tried to get it to Iverson, and Iverson was covered and got bumped as the ball came to him. Perfectly legal play, but he had no chance to catch the ball.
Yeah, a lot of times it's really tough for the quarterback because he's just about to get hit, so he takes his eye off his intended receiver or ball the one the ball's intended for, which was Iverson at this time, and he just kind of overthrew it.
So first and 10. Give it to Kondraki. Bounces it outside left. Gets around the corner. He's knocked out of bounds at the 40. That'll be a gain of 8. Bam Kondraki now with 21 carries for 70 yards. And it'll bring up second down.
He almost had some room open up to where he could have gone.
Yeah, you really only had one more man to beat really along the sidelines and could have gone the distance.
Right. So it was actually a good ball carry.
Second down and a couple. As he drops the ball, does Osen. Big pile up right at the 40-yard line. And a couple of Preston players standing there saying it belongs to us, one of those being Austin Ward. And let's see as they unpile.
Looks like we have a tug of war underneath there.
Let's see. Official says Preston ball. So Preston picks up the ball. Yeah, we talked about turnovers, 6 tonight for Preston. That's 3 for the Riverhawks. As getting off the bottom of the pile with the football for Preston
is Gordon Knapp.
At 32, Tate Rawlings had the ball.
Rawlings brought it up, huh? I thought Gordon Knapp come up with it.
So 1st and 10 for Preston at their own 42. They get the ball back with 11:43 to play here in the game. They'll send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Single setback is Iverson in the backfield with Hyde. Out of the shotgun, they'll fake it this time, flip it underneath to Ward. Has it, steps out of bounds up to the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up. Thanks to that 83-yard pass play, Ty is now over 100 yards passing tonight. Six of 8 for 103 and a score. Not a big night passing for Ty. He's been spending a lot of his time chasing bad snaps.
Right. It's been hard. Even on anything in the shotgun, he's had a hard time handling.
Inside handoff, Iverson. Still pushing forward, gets a yard.
Yeah, maybe a yard.
They'll mark it at the 47 and bring up third down and medium.
No, they set that up with twins right, twins to the right and twins to the left. And the same setup here. Nope, they're going to move.
Ward's going to move to the left, and now there'll be 3 receivers left. Scott Dunn, the lone receiver, out here on the right side. Third down and call it 5. Dunn looks left. Now it comes back to Dunn across the middle, and he in and out of Scotty's hands as incomplete and bring up fourth down.
That was a catchable pass. I think Scotty kind of maybe heard footsteps or something because he was going down, but I think that was a catchable pass.
Punt formation here. Now punt team comes onto the field for the Indians as Isaiah Smith comes in. 4th and 5 from their own 47-yard line, so they'll give it back. Just under 11 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. As Garrett Ward's waving at somebody. Somebody needs to come on and get the 11th man on the field.
They got an extra guy on the field.
No flags. Smith's kick is high and good. Nice spiral kick. It takes a bounce over toward the far sideline, and it's going to roll dead at the 17. Isaiah Smith is having a good night kicking, not only from the punt formation, but also in the kickoffs tonight.
And it's really helped us to stop them from getting any type of run back or any momentum on a run back. Even on the kickoffs, 2 into the end zone, but 1 was from the 35,
so
45-yard line. 1st
and 10 at the 17 as the Riverhawks will start deep in their own territory again.
Isaiah Smith's trying to pull out a cramp in the back of his leg. Looking a little tight down there.
Brody Osen, 7 of 17 for 74 yards tonight, passing. Wants to throw here, throws across the middle, and it's almost picked off. Iverson got a hand on it and knocked it away.
Yeah, it looked good when the ball was in the air, but then Iverson steps in and knocks it away right at the last minute.
Great closing speed by Iverson, able to get there and get a hand in the middle of it and knock it down. The pass intended for River Osen, who scored the only touchdown tonight for the Riverhawks. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 10:45 to play in the 4th. 2nd and 10. Receivers to each side, slot men to each side as well. Lone running back, Kondraki goes in motion. They fake giving it to Kondraki. Osen rolls left, throws, and it is caught. Flag down, ball up to the 21-yard line. It's a short gain of a couple of yards. Osen threw it into triple coverage, but there's a flag down at the point of the catch.
The flag down, and they're saying it's against Preston, but that looked like a legal. No way.
So there was a short gain. Likely they will take the penalty instead because that'll move the ball 10 yards instead of
first down.
And a first down instead of the 2-yard pass reception. So they'll take the penalty. They'll mark it off from the 18. Pass interference, a call against Preston. As that'll move the ball up to the 32. 15 yards against the Indians. Now 4 penalties on the night for a total of 50. First and 10 from the 32. Wants to throw again. Throw deep down the middle. He's got nobody there.
Isaiah Smith was the closest one to it. See, he's got a cramp on his leg.
Carson Sansbury was the intended receiver, but it was 5 yards or so past him. Second and 10. Clock stops again on the incomplete pass. 10:32 to play. Breeze now starts to come up, blowing across the field from the near side to the far side. Earlier in the night when the game started, it was blowing completely the other direction. Sansbury in motion back here to the near side, sets in the slot, wants to throw, throws underneath, and it was behind his intended receiver as Chance Willis, the intended receiver, and it was behind him. I take it back, it was 23.
Yeah, I'm not so sure the Indians didn't get a hand on that as it went through the line. Put the projection on the ball a little bit different.
So pass incomplete again, stops the clock, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 10 situation. The Osens run back on the field together from the sidelines. Sansbury comes out. See what they have up in their mind here, 3rd and 10. As Brody Osen has been turned into quite the gunslinger here early on here in the 4th quarter. Kondraki in motion. He's going to throw again. He's just going to lob it up down the middle. He's got a man there, knocked away and incomplete. They want pass interference, but they didn't get it. They didn't give it to Preston before, and they're not going to give it to River Osen this time. Smith and Dunn were there, and I believe it was Smith who got a hand on it.
Well, Smith was right in the face of the receiver, and he had his hands up, face guarding him, and that's what they want to call. They want to call face guarding. He didn't look at the ball, so that's why they wanted the pass interference.
But he touched the pass.
That's true. He did touch the ball.
So 4th and 10. Punting situation as River Osen, who was the intended receiver on the last play, now back into punt. Scotty Dunn stands back at his own 40. This is a line drive kick, returnable if Scott can pick it up. He does. From his own 36, he's going to go around the far side. Gets around the corner to midfield. He runs out of bounds at the 45. And the official, or the coach down here on the Riverhawks side is still making motions like throw a flag up in the air. As now the head coach is in the official's face and bumping into the official. And if you're lucky if he doesn't get a flag thrown on him instead. So 1st and 10 Preston.
What was the penalty? I didn't see.
I didn't even see a flag. But they're going to walk something off. Looks like it's going to be against the Indians no matter what. As a block in the back, apparently, is what the PA announcer says. They got footballs coming in from all directions here. You only need one, guys. They'll step it off against the Indians, and they're going to walk it all the way back to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for Preston from their own 37. 10:09 to play. 13-7, Preston with a lead.
They can't play this like they've won the game. They've got to move the ball downfield. They've got to show some aggression here.
Got to get the ball back into Scott Dunn's hands is what they need to do. 3 receivers left. Give it to Iverson straight ahead. Iverson goes up to the 40. That's a gain of about 3 on the play. Iverson back up to 78 yards tonight. Remember, last week ran for over 100, 134 to be exact, on 22 carries. Iverson now with only 15 carries tonight. Second down and call it 7. We'll give it to Iverson again. He's not going to go much of anywhere. They got him by the shirt tail.
And he's
going to lose about 4 yards. As they sniffed that out, the defense did for the Riverhawks. They were in the Indian backfield when Ty handed it off. And be very honest with you, Iverson did a good job just to get that yardage back.
I think there was some confusion. I think Ty was turned the wrong way at first and then quickly came back and then tried to catch up to Iverson.
So they spot the ball back at the 36. That's the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10 here. 9 minutes to play as the clock runs. 3 receivers right this time for Preston. Quickly, they'll throw it out to Dunn. Scott has it across the 40, spins his way up to the 44-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play for Scott. That was the play that he took back 83 yards a little bit ago.
Interesting call here. They're at the 45 of Preston, but do they punt it? Give them back the ball, or they try to go for a first down?
Here comes Isaiah Smith onto the field, so the answer is punt. 4th down and 4 from the 44, and back deep goes the Riverhawks. High snap brought down by Isaiah. Good punt, as this one's going to hit at the 20, and he's not, as Sansbury doesn't even bother, try to even go near it, as Knapp is the first man down there to cover it back at the 15-yard line.
The good thing about that punt, not only did it have forward yardage, but it was high enough to give the kicking team Preston had time to get down there and get the ball so he couldn't pick it up.
So 1st and 10 all the way back at their, they're going to mark it at the 16 officially. So here comes the Riverhawk offense again. 8:10 to play in the game. Goes under center this time, does Osen.
Oh, double flea flicker.
Fake. Throws underneath and it's dropped.
That would have been a first down for him.
Ball in and out of the hands. I believe that was River Osen, 22, who dropped it.
Yeah, and Connor Schaefer is the one that kind of put the hand up in front of the face or distracted him from the ball.
River Osen's coming out just hobbled just a little bit as he comes to the sidelines. I noticed that earlier on. He's just got a little hitch in his giddy up. Out of the shotgun. Inside handoff. They'll get up to about the 20. I believe that was Kondraki, who will pick up 4 on the play. And it was Kondraki who gets off the bottom of the pile. Parker Gilbert with the stop for Preston. 3rd down and 6. Clock's running. 7:35 to play. Preston leading by 6. 13-7 here in the 4th. Wants to throw. It's complete for the first down as a trio of Indians gang up on, I believe that's Kondraki. Nope, I take it back. It was Carson Sansbury with the reception. And that'll be a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Riverhawk offense.
The Indians leading with 7 minutes to go, 13-7.
Man in motion, coming back this way is Kondraki. He'll swing it out to him. Nope, it's going to be a little flanker screen as it goes to River Osen. And as soon as he catches the ball, there's 4 Indians there to bring him down. Hyde, Schaefer, Ward, and Iverson all there.
Yep, they were all there.
Short game, maybe about a half a yard. Give him one. Eight catches for River Osen for 84 yards and the only score of the night so far here for Canyon Ridge. Second down and 9. Inside handoff to Kondraki. They got him quickly. He gets forward to the 32.
He seemed, even with people wrapped around him, Kondraki seems to get 3 or 4 yards after the initial hit. He's a strong kid.
Mason Thompson got latched around his waist and kept it from being a bigger run. Give him a couple on the place. Call it 3rd down and 7 here. As Rhett Larson, the sophomore, comes in the heart of the line, defensive line there for the Indians. 2 receivers right, plus a flanker right. They're going to roll right. Osen looking, still rolling, and brought down in the backfield. Zay Davis gets a hand.
No, that was Harris.
Cole Harris gets a hand on his feet and then trips him up for a big loss.
Yeah, he came in from the right side unattested and just come in and tripped the quarterback up. I forget his name. Olsen.
It's going to be a loss of 8. 4th down and about 15.
That was a big play for the Indians.
So River Osen to punt. 5:08 with the clock runs. Again, Dunn stands back at about his own 45. As they kind of come after him a little bit, and that's off the side of his foot, and it's out of bounds. At the 40, 42, maybe they'll mark it as they're going to walk it off here. 43 make it on the Riverhawks side of the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 for Preston in Canyon Ridge territory. So the punt shanked that time by Osen, who's now noticeably limping coming off.
Just under 5 minutes to play. The Indians have to be just a little bit selfish with the ball right now and use the clock up.
Feed Iverson, let the clock run. Iverson's going to line up on the left shoulder of Hyde. 3 receivers left, single receiver right.
Tate Green to the right.
As the crowd's starting to get a little rambunctious. Ty's going to keep rolling left, puts his head down, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but looks actually more like he's a little short.
He has a hard time getting those big legs moving.
He's had to chase the ball all over the place tonight. With snaps above his head, down at his ankles, no gains. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Clock runs, 4:30 to play. Handoff inside, goes to Iverson, spins out of 1 tackle, gets up to the 40. Gain of 3 on the play. More importantly, the clock will still continue to run. 16 carries for Andrew Iverson. That's for 81 yards unofficially.
Big down. We have to go for the 1st down here. That's it's essential if we get a 1st down. Could go for it on 4th if we get close.
You know, they threw that little flanker screen to Dunn. Ty's going to roll left, throw left. It's complete over there on the far side. Good enough for the 1st down.
Smith.
As they get it to Isaiah Smith. Let's see where they're going to mark that.
Yeah, that's a 1st down for the Indians.
They'll mark it at the
maybe short
37-yard line. They're going to be a little short. It's only a 7-yard game. Yeah, it's fourth and less than a yard. See if Ty's just going to lean forward. Oh, they jumped.
They pulled him offside.
Hard count by Ty, and he pulls him offside. They quickly lined up. And I don't think they knew exactly what to do. They being the Riverhawks, and the hard count drew them off sides. 1st and 10 for Preston now at the ball at the 28-yard line. That's 9 penalties tonight against Canyon Ridge for 75 yards.
Well, they were expecting a quarterback keep on that one, and that's why Ty went with a hard count, and that pulled him offside. knowing that was a quarterback keep all the way.
Iverson straight ahead.
Oh, he broke
Brooks takes the tackle, still on his feet across the 15 to the 13.
Boy, that was a good run, and they had him wrapped up there at the line of scrimmage, and then he broke through about 3 tacklers.
That's a 16-yard run. Iverson now unofficially up to 97 for the game. You know, they threw that little flanker screen to Dunn a couple of times for big gains both times. I'd like to see him throw a pump and go here to the end zone. Nope, they're going to give it to Iverson again. Nope, Hyde's going to keep it, I should say, as he tries to lunge forward and get back to the line of scrimmage again. That'll keep the clock running.
I think that's
3:03 and a timeout here called by the Riverhawks. They had to do something to try to stop the offense. They get a timeout with 3:03 to play. We'll take a timeout here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
So timeout called with 3:03 to play. Second down and 9 for Preston after the keeper by Hyde netted a yard. Preston on top, 13-7. Boy, they can sneak out of here with a win.
And it'll be a sneak.
I may stop and buy a lotto ticket on the way home since I'm in Idaho. Flag down. That'll be a holding penalty against the Indians.
Yeah.
That'll stop the clock. As the referee, or the umpire rather, with the penalty marker right at the point of attack, holding against Preston. That'll move it back, and it'll be second down again and about 14.
The good thing is the clock will start as soon as he spots the ball, as soon as they mark the ball.
Only a few seconds ran off the clock on the play. Preston will huddle up. Knapp comes back onto the field as Ty comes back from the sideline.
They mark it, but I guess it doesn't run. I thought it did.
5-yard walk-off for the Indians. That's 5 flags for 55 yards against Preston. Ty's going to roll left, looking left, throws left. It's complete. Picked up there by Smith, up to the 10, puts his head down and gets up to the 7.
He's going to be short of the first. It'll be third down and about 3.
But it'll force Canyon Ridge to take another timeout. So timeout Canyon Ridge with 2:47 left after the pass completion to Isaiah Smith. We'll sneak in another timeout here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
For Preston, 3rd and 3 we'll call it, as they spot the ball at the Canyon Ridge 7.
The good thing is it's 3rd and 3. They have a chance for a first down, so at the 7 they can still get a first down.
Ball's on the far hash mark. Plenty of room to work at here on the near side where Ward and Dunn are lined up. They'll give it to Iverson straight ahead. He gets across the 5-yard line. That's a first down. That'll keep.
They're going to mark it short.
That'll keep the clock moving. Was it going to? Nope. They put 4th down on the down box. 4th down and about a yard. 2:30 to play. Give Iverson a couple, as he was just short. Gives him unofficially 99 yards tonight. Hyde stands like he's going to go under center this time. He does. He'll fake the throw. Now throw it to Isaiah Smith for the touchdown.
He faked the handoff, faked the throw to the outside, and then Isaiah was all alone in the end zone.
3-yard touchdown pass to Smith for the 6 points. And Preston's going to go for 2 here. Isaiah has touchdown that makes it 19-7. They're going to go for 2. That way 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points will not beat you. They'd have to score a 2-point conversion at some point.
One of the 2 touchdowns.
With the 2 touchdowns in the last 2:09 to take the lead. 4 receivers across the line of scrimmage. Iverson the lone setback. Ty has the snap, rolling left, throws underneath. He's got Harris for the 2-point conversion. The flag comes in. Let's see what the flag is.
Illegal man.
Let's see, they'll go over and they'll talk to the line judge on the far side, and the referee will come over and tell us what it is. It is holding against Preston. So that'll move it back and make it about an 8-yard attempt. That makes it a little more difficult, but it's not undoable.
Right, because it was a penalty, they get to replay the down. 2-point conversion, right?
Yep. So it stays 19-7. Actually, they move it back. It's not a 5-yard penalty. It's a 10-yard penalty. They put it back to the 13. Dunn, the lone receiver out here to the right side, trips left. Iverson again, the lone setback. On the 2-point conversion, Ty's going to roll left and wants to throw it up for grabs. He throws it out of the end zone. The 2-point conversion is no good. So the 3-yard pass, Hyde to Smith. The 2-point conversion fails.
Louis Cresto's the one that broke that up and made Ty throw it out of bounds because he would have been sacked.
That makes it 19-7. I don't know why they want Ty to roll left. They have to throw back across his body all the time.
Right. Maybe he just feels more comfortable that way. I don't know.
So with 2:09 to play, Preston now goes up by 12, 19-7. And Smith will now kick the ball back into play after catching the 3-yard touchdown pass. Couple of men back deep for the Riverhawks. As Isaiah punches this one deep, it's going to come down about the 4-yard line. As this is, I believe, that is
late hit.
Kendraki, and then a flag comes in on a late hit.
Late hit.
So Kendraki gets it back across the 25 to the 26, and the late hit's going to add 15 to that.
Dane Keller come in and dropped on him after the whistle had blown.
Got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Personal foul. Get late hit against the Indians. That'll mark off another 15 yards as the ball be spotted out about the 40-yard line. As now the Indians have reached 70 yards in penalties as well tonight on 6 flags. Canyon Ridge has had 9 penalties for 75. So 1st and 10. We're not done yet. Still 2 minutes to play.
Nope, still plenty of time. Big play here and a onside kick. Anything can happen.
When you look at the plays, the Preston got their 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter.
A punt return and a kickoff.
Punt return and a long pass reception of 83.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a pass reception.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Riverhawks. Shotgun snap, wants to throw, throwing up the sidelines, trying to go to River Osen, and it's incomplete. Just out of his reach. And again, he reaches down. He was favoring a right ankle or knee, and now he's really hobbled coming back toward the bench.
Caden Bernard is the one that on the defensive end of that. But
he walks by the coach. The coach says, just rub some spit on it. You're okay. He started to go back out on the field. He says, no, I can't. I got to come over here to the sidelines. So they get a new receiver in there. Second down and 10. 1:55 to play as the clock is stopped. They'll throw again. Wants to roll left this time. Looking left, throwing deep. One-on-one back deep, and it's incomplete. Pass interference here. As the flags come in, Caden Bernard's going to get flagged for pass interference.
Unless it was offensive, but I don't think it was.
No. Bernard, the man got behind Bernard, and he was holding on for dear life. Make sure the guy didn't get away from him. But remember, pass interference in high school football is not where the penalty occurred. It's a 15-yard walk-off. So the ball up to the 45-yard line.
And each time they do that, they cause a penalty, the clock stops. So it gives them time to bring in a play and get set up.
So 1st and 10 again. It's 12 first downs in the game for the Riverhawks, who have struggled offensively. As that throws wide of its mark and out of bounds. As they tried to get that one to Louis Crestro. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 again, but more importantly, we'll stop the clock with 1:44 left.
Ty Hyde and Zay Davis both hit the quarterback after he released it, but they were right there. And then they tried to help him up, and he says, I want nothing to do with you. He got leveled pretty good.
Get one of those psychs where you reach down and want to grab the guy's hand and pull it away at the last second. 2nd down and 10. They'll go 4 wides. They put 4 receivers on the line of scrimmage this time. Now they back off. Single setback out of the shotgun. They'll throw down the middle, and it's too long. It's over everybody's head. Closest man to it was the Preston defense, and even they couldn't get back that far.
Right. Both quarterbacks can throw the ball a long ways. They can both throw it pretty good, but yeah, you got to be able to hit the target or give the receiver a chance to get under it.
So 3rd and 10 from the Preston 45. 1:40 to play. As again, they'll put 4 receivers into the pattern. Twins to each side. And again, Osen wants to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted. Schaefer's got it at the 35, 40, midfield, 45, 40. He's got Hyde in front of him to block. He's up to the 30, cuts it back inside to the 10, 5, touchdown. As the quarterback Osen tried to trip him and came up empty. That's a 75-yard interception return for Schaefer in the touchdown.
I've seen other things, but that one, that trip was a little bit out of the ordinary.
So Connor Schaefer takes it back. Preston will line up to kick the extra point. It's now 25-7. As Dunn will kick it out of the hole to Garrett Ward. 1:25 left after they return for the touchdown. High snap. Ward gets it down. Scotty bangs it through. After the PAT, Preston now leads 26-7. Preston going to kick it off. Take our final timeout. We'll come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
So Preston now leads 26-7. Boy, you couldn't have told me that back in the midway portion of the second quarter.
No.
As the kickoff comes to Kondraki. Gets up to the 25, brought down by a pile of white-shirted Indians, and stops the clock with 1:19 to play. So first down, Riverhawks. Actually, it looks like they're going to put somebody else in here now, quarterback now, as Braden Clark, the sophomore, is going to come out and run the offense here in the final minute of the game. So Brody Osen, who had a good game running the offense, is going to take a hang with him tonight as he'll give way here in the final moments of the fourth quarter. Hand off to Kondraki, cuts it back inside, gets across the 25 to the 27. That's a gain of 2.
Zay Davis says, that's far enough. Dropped him, stood him up and dropped him back.
That's unofficially 24 carries for 78 yards tonight for Kondraki. As Hillenbrandt now comes out with a little bit of a hobble. Second down, less than a minute now as the clock runs down to 45 seconds. As a quarterback keeper runs into Garrett Ward and then thrown down backwards by a member of the defense.
That's 32. Who's that? Oh, Tate Rawlings.
So Clark with a short gain. Gets a couple of yards. Third down and 8 coming up. As the Preston defense again will rotate a couple of guys in and out. 14 seconds. This should be the final play of the game. Clark in the shotgun, going to run it right straight forward, runs right into a man. He's brought down, and that's going to let the clock run out as Preston is going to go to 2-1 on the year as they win it by the final score here tonight of 26-7 as they got shut out in the first half and scored 26 points in the second half while shutting out the Canyon Ridge offense in the second half as well.
Right. They shut them down.
So 26-7 the final. Take a timeout. We'll be back with the post-game show right after this.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community of Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to MyLocalRadio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit MyLocalRadio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The job stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on-site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Well, it didn't look like it had been halfway through the first half, but Preston somehow able to wiggle away a victory here tonight as they beat the Canyon Ridge Riverhawks by the final score of 26-7. All of Preston's points coming in the second half as they hold the Riverhawks scoreless in the second half. In fact, John, unofficially, I have the Riverhawks with only 15 yards of offense in the second half.
Well, I do think, in fact, really, I think the defenses on both teams played fairly well tonight. Their offenses just could not get click, and the quarterbacks weren't connecting with the receivers, and the defenses were just piling on the quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks had trouble. But, 15 yards. Preston's defense really stepped up, and then that last interception by Connor Schaefer at the end there was a big key to the victory. Absolutely.
The only points in the first half came on a 14-yard scoring pass from Brody Olson to River Olson. The extra point made it 7-0, and that's the way it was at halftime. In the third quarter, Preston got on the board on a 95-yard punt return by Scott Dunn. The extra point tied the game at 7. The next time Preston had the ball, Ty Hyde threw a little flare out, little flanker screen to Dunn. He got it at the 17-yard line and went 83 yards for the touchdown. The two-point conversion attempt failed, and it was 19-7. It stayed that way until late in the fourth quarter when it was Schaefer who intercepted a pass and took it back 25 yards or 75 yards, I should say, for the touchdown for the Indians. The the conversion made it a 26-7 game, and that's the way the scoring ended. And you hit it right off the on the top of the nail there. That the defenses were very good and certainly made the struggles by the offense look worse.
Right, and that's why this is what I would call an ugly game. I've seen an ugly football game, but this was not a. Well, I guess we could credit the defenses because the offenses just could not get anything done.
Yep, exactly. In fact, we'll come back and we'll look at the stat sheet as we continue on the wrap-up show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
We are Dairy West. That means we are milk people, family people, animal people, people people. We are environment-loving people, giving back people, job-creating people, and glass all the way full people. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
KACH.
Don't forget, we're coming up as soon as we're done here tonight. We'll have a complete replay of the West Side game for you as they were on the road at Marsh Valley. That game coming up on a tape delay basis in just a few minutes. On the stat sheet tonight, first for the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde finished the game 8 of 12 passing for 126 and a touchdown. So a it ends up actually being a pretty good night passing for Ty, although he struggled just trying to get the ball out of his hands. Isaiah Smith carried the ball one time of -5 yards. Ty carried the ball 3 times for -11. Garrett Ward did not have any carries, I should say. Andrew Iverson, unofficially, 18 carries for 99 yards on the night. And then receiving, Scott Dunn had 2 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Smith, a couple of catches for 16 and a touchdown. Garrett Ward had 2 catches for 13 yards and a touchdown tonight as well. Preston ends up the game with 225 yards in total offense in picking up the victory. For Canyon Springs, Brody Olson finishes the game tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be 8 for 17 passing for only 75 yards, but he did have the 1 scoring pass. Their main crux of their offense was Bam Kondraki, who carried the ball 24 times for an unofficial 78 yards. The only other person who gained positive yardage on the ground was the backup quarterback Clark, and the mop-up time had 1 carry for a couple of yards. River Olson caught the ball 8 times for 84 yards and a touchdown, and then several other guys had only 1 catch apiece. Canyon Springs finished the game unofficially on my chart with 153 yards in total offense. They had 138 in the first half. So about 15 yards in total offense in the second half, which means the Preston defense, like what we mentioned, that the defense really stiffened after the Dunn punt return for a touchdown. And they really stiffened it. The numbers show it unofficially 15 yards in total offense in the second half.
Well, the whole team was in on the tackles, and I mentioned it, I think, in the first half that they quit blitzing there for a little bit. And then as soon in the second half when they started blitzing again, then they were getting to the quarterback and stopping the run. Their nose tackles right up in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll take a last time out. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up right after this.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Football season is back. Let's go! Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
Aggie football returns a week from Saturday as they hit the road to face San Diego State. Pregame is at 7:30 and the kickoff is at 8:30.
Hey everybody, this is Scott Girard, and this is your home for Utah State Athletics. 105.5 FM and AM 1340, KACH, Preston.
KACH.
Well, the Indians win it tonight, 26-7. John, final thoughts from you tonight?
Well, this is one of those games, a love-hate game, I thought. I was kind of disappointed in the first half. Hoping, we just didn't look like we were ready to play offensively. And once we got in the second half, both defenses stayed pretty much the same, but our offense got Scotty Dunn involved really well, and special teams. Their special teams hurt them. Their main problems came on their special teams, on the Riverhawks special teams. But, it's one of those games where you think, I'm glad we made it through the night, and got out of here with a win. But, still room for improvement.
Yep, absolutely. So that's the way this one will go. Preston wins it by the final score of 26-7. Next week, the Preston Indians return home. Next Friday, they'll face the Century Diamondbacks, who beat Preston last year 52-0. The pregame show gets started from Preston Stadium at 6:30. The kickoff will come at 7. And you can hear that game live on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH, also with the video feed on the website at mylocalradio.com. Our next broadcast will come next Tuesday, as I'll be back here at Canyon Ridge once again for a volleyball match with the Lady Indians and the Canyon Ridge Lady Riverhawks. Coverage on that will start at 4 o'clock, also right here on 105.5 and AM 1340, as there will be no video feed that night from here at Canyon Ridge. So that'll wrap up our coverage here for this evening of Preston Indians football. The Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Stay tuned. After a quick timeout, we'll come back and we'll have the West Side and Marsh Valley game for you in its entirety coming up in just a few minutes. As we remind you of the final score tonight from here at Canyon Ridge, Preston wins it by the final score of 26-7. For John Slaughter, I'm Dan Hubbard. We wish you a very pleasant good night and have a great weekend.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.